Hey everyone, this is Ty with Spicy Exotics. Today is the last week in June. We're gonna do a follow-up video, which will be the third video showing the results of if the fruit actually set from an extremely wet environment and pollinating using wet pollen on a wet stigma. So let's take a quick look, and in the meantime we have lots of activity as well. It's bloom time tonight on a few of these varieties here, but if I recall correctly, we had a purple haze variety which is gone. I sound surprised. So it did not take, and this must be it. So that did not work too well. We'll take another look at this particular variety. And it's been a couple of weeks now, two and a half weeks, but here's another dead flower bud. So even though it looked like it was going to pan out for us, it did not. We had several of these cetaceous varieties, and every last one of them appears to have set fruit, even on the far side. Then over here we had a delight variety, and right next to me is a mockingbird nest, and if you could hear that chirp in the background, that's Mama Mockingbird. It doesn't want me to be next to her nest. I'm looking for flower buds here. I don't see any. I'm not quite sure if that was the bud or not. We have a new variety here blooming tonight. This is a red or purple fleshed Osenta 3. So that'll be exciting to see in a few weeks. And over here in this greenhouse, we had this particular fruit here. And it is set. So the varieties that are, I would say, self-fertile, Hana, Delight, appears to have set fruit. The varieties that are not self-fertile did not set fruit. So also, since we were gone, or while we were gone, we had this particular variety here. As you can see, we have at least 3 varieties. We have no insects to help pollinate at this time of year. Oh, here's another. So that's a total of 4. All 4 flowers set fruit on this particular variety. It is a yellow Thai. So we did absolutely nothing, and it set fruit. Here's right next to it is a Frankie's Red. We have a few fruit. You can take a look at that, and several flower buds. This is our Connie Mayer. As you can see, she's loaded with fruit. So really nice size fruit here. Put my hand up next to it. So in comparison to a Bruni here, and there's my hand, so slightly smaller. There's a few other larger fruit over here on this side. So as you can see, the Bruni and the Connie Mayer look very similar. We have a flower that's going to bloom tonight as well. We have a few failed flowers on it while we were gone for 2 weeks. Some of those flowers did not take. We still have a few days to see if these are going to take. We were not around, so we want to see if those are self-fertile. This is a Paisley variety. This is the first fruit off of it. Now we'll be posting that on our site, along with several other flower buds, and also a flower here that bloomed earlier in the week, along with a few more flower buds. And the thing about this particular variety is it's definitely not self-fertile. Take a look at more activity here. And of course we have some fruit that'll be ready with just a decent amount of flower buds. And we have these stink bugs. They look pretty gnarly. And one other thing, we have this. That is Voodoo Child, along with lots of other unripe fruit and more red flesh species. So lots of fruit to come in the upcoming days. You can see all the different styles of flower buds. This is going to be a failed flower bud here. We have a young flower bud that wants to be like the more mature flower buds here. The stigma's poking out. I don't know if I've seen that before. And since we're talking about varieties that set fruit on their own, or in general just setting fruit, we have this particular variety, Cinespinatus, and it appears as though it will set fruit on its own. It fruited as well. A little wasp there, eating the nectar off the flower buds. We have some other interesting species that we're trying out here. But it's going to be a busy night. A few other flower buds that we missed, so we don't know what they look like. We were able to document a few of these. Here's a Nitzo. It has lots of flower buds, and across from it we have a ton of flower buds on what appears to be a David Bowie. So there you go. We had about a 50-50 shot, I would say. The varieties that are usually need pollen from another variety were a little bit pickier, and although it appeared in our second video we're gonna set fruit, they did not. So we still have a ton of other exciting things coming up. As you can see with all the flower buds, we're weeks away to more flowers. As you can see with all these green fruit, we're weeks away from more exciting fruit. So we will be at the local markets very, very soon. And we would like to thank you for watching.